everybody, it's your crazy fangirl Shy. We hope you guys are having an amazing day, and today we are reacting to The Last of Us Episode 7 of Season 2, the season finale. I do have mixed opinions, I think, of this season. I went back and I watched Season 2 as a whole, and it definitely doesn't have the same spark as Season 1, in my opinion. I think it definitely suffers because it has so many less episodes than last season. Last season really set that up, you know, beautifully with the story for Last of Us 1. But Last of Us 2, I thought we were getting a full season 2 and 3. And I think there's a lot of criticism at the moment going around because it has been confirmed that there's going to be more episodes in season 3. And people are like, but why? Like, why was there less episodes in season 2? And why are there going to be more in season 3? Like, that doesn't make sense. But I do understand why. It was because HBO did a massive cutoff, like, you know, they were like a tax thingy. And so they cut multiple episodes off of different shows. They did this for House of the Dragon. There were supposed to be more episodes than 7. And even they wrote, I think, 10 episodes. And then they were, I think, in the middle of production. And then they were like, no, you can't film these. Like, we're only doing 7 episodes. And so with House of the Dragon, the criticism for that was because it felt like it didn't really actually end on a good note. It didn't, though, because with House of the Dragon, it ended as if there was going to be a big event in the next episode, and then it's like, huh? And also just because season 2 for House of the Dragon was all over the place. It wasn't that great. There were some good moments, but just not a great season overall. And I won't lie, I'm starting to feel that about this particular show. I love The Last of Us. It's one of my favorite stories, and is becoming one of my favorite stories now that I'm older and I'm playing it again and seeing it from a different perspective in terms of how old I was. And also I was very mature when I first played the second game, sorry. I'm able to analyze now the themes, I think, from an older perspective, which is nice. But I'm sad that it's not, I mean, I feel like, I don't think it's anything to do with Craig Mazin, who's the showrunner, and even, like, Neil Druckmann. He did last episode, and that was a fantastic episode. But I definitely think HBO getting involved in cutting multiple episodes off really, really made the show suffer, in my opinion. And I'm honestly lost on how the season is going to end, because we've, sort of skirted over so much. I'm guessing they changed it, and there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen in Season 3. And again, it's a different format, but still, it's sort of like, like, it would have been better if we had, like, some extra episodes because of the pacing of it. Because, again, I've loved it, except now that we got to the end, it's like, oh, like, it doesn't feel right. Because we had her sort of go into her revenge mode 2 episodes ago, flashback episode last episode, and then this episode is the season finale. And it's like, we should have more episodes to let this breathe a little bit. See her sort of go on this journey of revenge. And I think someone said it in my comments. I didn't get to reply because past week has been so busy. But they were like, no, Shy, this episode was boring. And I was like, no, last episode wasn't boring. I loved last episode. But my issue was was that what is actually going to happen at the end of Season 3 in terms of the story projection. Like I said, it's very different from the game. And I'm wondering how they're actually going to do it, because that big punchline of the porch scene is supposed to happen at the end of the game. So I'm wondering how they're going to do it. We'll see. But anyway, enough of that. Let's jump straight into this episode, guys. Whew, I am nervous. But yeah, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and let's get straight into it. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Oh.
Jesse, don't let me. Can't let me die.
I got you.
Oh.
I got you. Have some, okay?
No.
It's gonna help. Have some.
I said no.
Good, Dina. He doesn't know. Oh.
Sit over there. Shirt off.
Ugh, damn, she's still going through pain and looking after Ellie. God bless Dina.
I thought it would be harder to do. But it wasn't. Yeah, well, maybe she got what she deserved. Maybe she didn't.
Ellie's nature might be violent, but she has a bit of a conscience.
There was a Firefly base in Salt Lake City. At a hospital there.
She's telling us.
And he killed everyone in the hospital. He killed Abby's father. He was a doctor. So that's why they came.
Yeah, just to pause really quick. I was thinking about that too, like, if Ellie ever told Dina, like, would that change her perspective of, like, wanting revenge then? Because of the story she told? Because, in a way, again, it's that cycle of violence. It's like, Joel did it, Abby did it, Ellie's doing it, and Dina would have done it if the killer had gotten away. She would have hunted him down. So it's just that cycle. It's very interesting to see and analyze.
Sorry. We need to go home.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. Oh, yeah. The bracelet. No, I understand why she didn't reach for her. Not because of Jesse, I think because she's still, like, thinking about everything that just happened.
Found a place you stashed Shimmer. She's still there, doing all right. Not that you asked.
That's weird. I don't know why.
Yes, you do. I'm not stupid and I'm not blind. Ellie, I see the way you two look at each other. I bet she even tells you things she wouldn't tell me. Like how she's pregnant. Which means I can't die. But because of you, we're stuck in a war zone. So how about we skip the apologies and just go find Tommy so I can get us and my kid the fuck out of Seattle.
Yeah, pausing for a second because I did want to discuss one thing. I don't know why, but, and this is why I'm gonna say it. I don't know if Tumblr people will watch me or come for me for this, but I'm gonna say it. I am so disappointed in the Tumblr community because everybody was so mad that Dina was talking about Jesse. I want to say this: Jesse and Dina were having a situationship. They had a mini relationship. Of course she's allowed to talk about him. They had history. And people are like, oh, why are they focusing so much on Jesse and Dina's relationship? Because it's an important part to the story if you haven't played the game. It just makes me annoyed because, like, as a bisexual woman, I understand having a female romance and a male romance too. But the main romance here is obviously between Ellie and Dina, but there is history between Jesse and Dina. Like, we need to respect that too in the story, because that is also what happens in life. So, I just want to say that. 2 cents worth.
If it dies down, and then we'll...
Oh, this guy. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Ellie! What? There's 6 of them and 2 of us. What do you think would have happened? Each other, lynching each other, ripping each other's guts out. Even the kids. I am not dying out here. Not for any of them.
No, I think it's completely fair that Jesse is trying not to get involved. Again, it's not their fight. But I also understand where Ellie's coming from, because she's wants to save everybody, but can't always do that.
It'll be dark by 21:30. We'll start the staggered load-in.
Any word on Abby?
Not since yesterday. And we still haven't found Owen. Okay, what the fuck? She's a good soldier, great even. But we have an entire fucking army out there and you're acting like she's the most important. You in love with her or something?
I hope she doesn't get killed for opening her mouth like that.
So then what happens to that entire fucking army out there who, despite their badass name, are very much sheep? Who secures our future?
Very true.
It was supposed to be her.
Here we are again. You and me in bad fucking weather.
Parallel to the beginning. I have that book! Oh, the golden book. Oh my god, I remember that book! My childhood.
There was this girl with them. She was a couple of years older than me. I don't know if you remember. She was selling paintings. I bought 4 of them. So she asked me to go with them instead. And I wanted to. It's the people of Jackson took me in, raised me, cared for me. I was taught to put other people first.
People pleaser? No, but in this sense, it makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, but let me ask you this, Ellie.
No one said
I
that.
go with that girl to Mexico. Who saves your ass in Seattle?
That's true. Tommy. Yeah, but that talk Jesse had was right though. He was trying to explain that, you know, you gotta make the bigger decision. And in terms of this, he was talking about Ellie choosing revenge over Dina, I think. Look at that. Beautiful. One thing they get right is just like the sets. Or like the VFX. Oh no.
Right direction. What?
She's in the fucking aquarium.
Who?
Abby, the one who killed Joe, she's in the aquarium.
Oh, Tommy's over there. That's where we're going.
You don't know that's him. And even if it is, he's got them pinned down.
For now, they called for backup.
Then he'll pin more of them down.
I voted no.
I knew it.
Because everything you do for you.
So true though.
Unity.
Fuck the community! All you do is talk about the fucking community, you hypocrite! Let me tell you about my community. My community was beaten to death in front of me while I was forced to fucking watch.
I really hope you make it.
Oh, just gonna say, brilliant. Bella and him. I don't know the actor's name, but he's very good too. But dude, I love that shot. How it was like the two piers, and then it was like it's almost sort of like a what's it called? I don't know if it's a pathway or something, but it was just like a crossroads. I love that it was like that, like her looking there, and then Tommy was there, and it's like you're going after the person that killed someone that you cared about, but another person you care about is alive and trying to survive, but you're gonna go over there. It's like, oh, so good, and just that whole convo was so good. But we'll talk about it later. Sorry, I keep pausing it because it's actually quite good. There's some good dialogue stuff. Oh my god, I'm so nervous now. Don't you have your long gun? Yeah, Ellie, you would have been fucked. Not sure if we'll address all that this episode, but we'll see. Oh, what a shot. I was gonna say, I was like, it's so dark. Did they learn nothing from Game of Thrones? And then suddenly the lightning went off. I was like, okay, fine. It was an artistic choice. Uh-oh. Oh! Hello, tiny human. Uh-oh. I'm so confused by what's going on, but alright.
The village. The village!
Don't worry. That's all going to be addressed next season, I think. So, it'll seem a bit, like, weird now, but I am wondering why they included that scene, though, because they did the whole Isaac thing. I think it was a bit unnecessary, but... Oh, God, I'm not looking forward to this scene. God, the anxiety I feel? I want to know if the gamers feel like this, too. I hope there's one part not included. If your gamers know what I mean. The stress, oh God, I feel so...
Understand what's going on?
I understand everything, but I don't have a choice.
Of course. Where's Abby?
You gotta be kidding me. Okay, easy.
You, bring me that map. You're gonna point to where Abby is. And then you're gonna do it in a better fucking match.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll show you.
Slowly.
I feel sick. Oh.
Knife? Do you have a knife? I have like 30 seconds. Get the fuck over here. Please, please, please. You're gonna take it out. I don't know how to do that. I do. One incision.
Oh, what? That's even fucking worse! No! Fuck off. I can't watch this. Fuck off.
How deep? Deeper than you think. Which way?
Oh, no, I can't. Fuck off, man.
What? Tell me what I mean. You're doing good.
Oh, fuck. God. I'm glad they didn't cut. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I was like, are you serious? Hold on a second. Oh, that just made it even worse than the original. Fuck. Sorry, I just need a second to breathe. Okay. Oh, what a performance from all of them. My God. Tommy. Oh, Tommy, I've missed you. Oh, Jesse's not that happy. Oh. Yeah, but yeah, I remember when that happened in the game, and I felt viscerally sick. I was like, like, just quickly, because we're going to continue really quick, but just to talk about it briefly, like, it is such a contradiction to Ellie's nature and what she wants, because she is an empath, but also she is violent by nature. Fiercely violent in terms of being protective of the things she cares about. And, like, the fact that, you know, her whole purpose she wanted was to die so that people could live, only to kill what she was fighting for this whole time, it was like, oh, the stuff, double meaning. It's, but anyway, sorry. Baby Ellie. Oh, Jesse's pissed.
I'm gonna start packing the duffels.
Oh, it's so nice to have Tommy. It's like the father figure is like, yes, you're here, sir.
But also, the thought did occur. If I were out there somewhere, you would set the world on fire to save me.
She would. Oh. Oh. Oh, fuck me.
Stand up. Hands in the air or I shoot this one too.
Just run out.
Shut the fuck up! Stop! Stop! I know why you killed Joel. He did what he did to save me. I'm the one that you want.
I let you live. And you wasted it.
No, no, no!
Is that how they're gonna end the season? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me just check. Oh, these are the behind the scenes. Okay. I won't lie. That actually was a really good season finale. I was shocked by how much they were able to pack, and even the emotional punch. Because that's what I was worried about. I was like, shit, like, can they do it with what they've built up to this part? So, it's interesting. I think, going from the perspective of now, I actually really enjoyed it. It was a really good way to wrap up the season, and sort of, like, hitting the sort of climaxes that we needed to get to before the end of the season, and getting ready for season 3. But, yeah, I feel like, I'm trying to think, because I feel like I love the way that they did this, actually. But, again, I think their one fault was just, and nothing to do with the Last of Us showrunners or anything, it's more the people at HBO. You guys shot yourselves in the foot by giving less episodes for this season, and then coming out and being like, oh yeah, season 3 will have more episodes. It's like, bruh, really? Understandable, but also it's like, if we had extra episodes this season, it would have let the season breathe. But let's get straight into analyzing this episode, and then we'll talk about the season as a whole. So, I honestly was dreading filming this episode because it is such a big part of the game. Like, obviously, there's a lot of big moments that happen, and I think they did a really good job in terms of, like, lining up what needed to be done. We'll go back to the start of the episode. And we'll go to, I'm trying to think, the whole Dina and Ellie situation, how they were talking about this revenge now, and what Ellie had found out by but leaving Nora. I was about to say something else. I was like, that's not her name. Nora. And I think, again, it was sort of like what I mentioned before, that I think Dina also was very on board with someone who got away and basically, killed the family and then got away, and then you go after them and you kill them. But she, I think, especially because now that she's going to be a mother, I think she definitely had that perspective of, oh my fucking god, like, if we do this as well, the cycle of violence will just continue. Whoever cares about Abby will come after Ellie, will come after Dina, and whoever else was involved. So I think in that moment, she understood Ellie, and you could see it in her eyes, but she's like, no, actually, we need to go home. Like, things have changed now, and also because, again, she understands why Abby killed Joel now, and she understands why Joel did what he did, just that whole cycle. She understands it, I think, but with Ellie, unfortunately, through her grief and anger and her journey of revenge, she can't see that. And it's unfortunate, because, again, her head's like this, but everybody else can sort of see the broader picture a little bit. And that's why Dina loves Ellie. I know a lot of people are going to be like, why did Dina suddenly change her mind? It's because of her morals. And also because of the fact that she's going to be a ma. She knows now what's at stake. And she understands why Joel did it, and also why Abby did it. Though Abby is not a mother or a father, she still is a daughter. And Dina would have done the same thing, but it's just continuing that cycle. Now, Jesse... we'll talk about his death at the end, but fuck! The whole thing with Jesse and Ellie. We'll talk about the first part where he's talking about being a father, and then the part about in the bookstore. So, I loved that he addressed that with Ellie. He knew or had some idea that she was pregnant, and he understands that things have changed as well between them. He knows that, I don't think that he's not welcome into the picture, but he knows that Ellie and Dina are now, like, tight. They're a thing. And so he knows what his role is, and that's just to be the father of that baby. And it's just like, oh, my darling, I love you, but oh, like, I hate this. Your story is so cursed. Like, oh. But I love that we got to see that from him, like him understanding he was going to be a father and wanting to literally just protect Dina to get her out so that she can have the baby safely and that they could all get out safely. Now, the bookstore, I love how he was talking about that, like, connection in terms of falling in love, and even just the act of being in love. Like, you do things for someone even if, like, it's not something that you would like to do. So, like, him talking about the paintings, I love that, because he's like, I don't like paintings, and I didn't like the paintings, but I bought 4, that's all like such a beautiful sign of love, like, showing that support. And then also, like, him saying, like, it was the best 2 weeks of my life. I wanted to do what was best for myself, which was, and again, it was sort of like that thing, like, he is a people pleaser in a way, I think, and I think he feels that weight of, like, Jackson on him, so he's like, I can't leave, I have to stay. But I think if he could, he would have left. But again, he's very much that people pleaser. He wants to do right by the people who brought him up, as a lot of people do in life. And I think that's so beautiful, him doing that, but also heartbreaking, because, like, people make those sacrifices. And I mean, in that way, people will be like, yeah, but you could have just let somebody else be in charge, and you could have just gone and been with the woman that you love. But to him, that's important, though. And love is the sacrifice, which is, it's interesting. Everybody has a different thing, so that's why I loved that was, like, what he was trying to explain. And then that overlooking scene where they're looking at the piers, and I love how her attention was here, his attention was here, and it's like that thing I was talking about. Ellie is so focused on obviously Joel's death and murdering the people who killed him, while obviously there is the threat of Tommy dying, who is very much alive, and it's just like, my god. But yeah, I must commend Bella, because goddamn, her performance in that scene. I love how she just changed, because Ellie, we know her to be bubbly, she's jokative, and, she's a great personality. But when her violent nature takes over in terms of her anger and that violence and that hatred, it really takes over, and she turns into a very different person, like an animal. And I love that really came through in her performance. Their performance. I apologize. I'm really trying to get better at doing the pronouns. And yeah, Bella did fantastic. There were so many times it sounded like Ashley Johnson, who's the original Ellie from the game. I was like, Jesus Christ, it sounds exactly like her. Very well done. But yeah, that performance from Bella, especially, like, in that overlook scene. And talking about what's good and what's evil, because in reality, yes, Jesse in a way is the better person, because he would have sacrificed everything if someone got killed, and like if it was someone he cared about, but he's, I think, not only thinking about the community, but he's thinking about Ellie. Ellie is his best friend as well, or like friend. I wouldn't say best friend, but very close friend. And so he's trying to protect her. And then the counter argument from her is like, who gives a fuck about the community? Someone I love died, and that's more important than anybody else. Like, that's all I care about. And I understand her argument, I understand his, but his was right, in my opinion. Because she was so engrossed in like killing anybody who would get in her way, and also like to get to Abby, when in reality that would never have been able to fulfill anything. It's like, oh. And yeah, that build up to the aquarium, oh my god, I've never felt so much tension in my life. Again, I find it interesting that they put that scene with her going washed up on the shore and she nearly gets like hanged. I wasn't sure if it was necessary, because it could have been cool if, like, she was just going on the boat, she did flip, she got back on the boat, and then it exploded. But I guess they wanted to build that sort of tension for that, because it's like, oh shit, there's this going on over there, and Ellie accidentally got involved, and now she can get out, sort of thing. But I was like, it's not really needed, but, oh. And yeah, the aquarium scene. I thought I have mixed feelings on it, because now I understand. At the time, though, I was devastated in terms of Mel getting murdered because she was pregnant. But at the same time, it's supposed to send a message in terms of what Ellie has become. Because again, this is what I was talking about. I mentioned it briefly. Ellie fights for life, especially in Game 1, and even to a little bit of an extent in Game 2. Game 2, she's a lot more, like, aggressive though, and dark, and very much in her grief and depressed, so it's very different. But I love the interpretation on the show, is that like how excited she gets for new life, and throwing it back to a few episodes when she found out Dina was pregnant, she's like, I'm gonna be a dad. And you know, I love that, because it links to this and pins it on the dot, like, perfectly. And this is what I discussed. I'm writing an article about this too, in terms of the review, so keep an eye out for that when the website's launched. It's not launched yet, but I'm working on it. But that whole aspect of Ellie fighting for life, when unfortunately she was so blinded by her rage that she killed the thing that she was fighting for. And yeah, it was so powerful. And I was just like, no, like, I cannot watch this shit. Like, I was like, no, like, this is so much worse than what we saw in the game. Because in the game, Ellie stabs Mel in the neck, but I don't know, like, I like the fact that, because in the game, Owen is the one that's like, like, he gets stabbed in the shot in the neck, I think, as well, and he's like trying to tell Ellie, he's like, she's pregnant, and then that's sort of like the big reveal in terms of what happened with Mel. But I don't know, I like it that Mel, even in her dying words, as a mother, was like, please, 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 you gotta help me, like, this is my baby, like, help me get them out. And she's like, I love how even she probably knows, and I think this is why they built her up very much more, like, softer in the show. In the game, I think they did it, they mixed it up, I think, a little bit, and there was a lot of criticism for this, because one moment they're calling Mel, like, very soft, and, you know, she's very sweet, and she fights for life, and then the next minute there's another scene where she's like, we gotta kill all of them, and la la la. It's like, that was a bit of a mess up there, but yeah. So I hope that they don't do that again in the show next season. I love that Mel was the one who was like, please help me, like, you gotta do this, you gotta cut the cord and tie it, and la la la. And it's like, I was like, please don't do that, I'm going to vomit and be sick and sad. Thankfully, no, but I love that there was that desperation, and Ellie wanted to do it, but she was so scared. Like, it's just like, sort of like interesting, like, how in her rage she was so confident, and then in her fear she is just like, almost, she's back to that child Ellie that we saw in season 1. Just a fantastic performance from Bella as well, and I don't know who the actress is for Mel, but stunning performance. Yeah, it's just, that was sickening. But yeah, it was just it's a big moment, it's a powerful moment in the game and the story, and it was needed. But I like the way they did it. I loved Tommy coming in, because I was like, oh my god, I need some support, and then he's just there. It was so nice. I was like, yay, oh, thank god he's here. It made me feel so happy. And also Gabriel Luna, who doesn't love him, he's so great. And yeah, the whole thing again with Jesse, going again to Jesse, we're going to talk about his death in a second, but I love that in that moment he was like, I am fucking pissed off at you, but also, like, of course I'm going to come and save you. Like, We may disagree on stuff, but you're my friend. I'm gonna come and save you. And it's like, we love you, Jesse. And then came the wretched scene of him being shot. Now, oh, the amount, like, I'm one of those people, I was fucking pissed. I was like, why? Why would you kill a character like him? Thinking about it now, it makes sense. This is a ruthless world. It's the world of The Last of Us. There's zombies and shit, and people don't have morals, and it's very sad. And Jesse was a really good person. He was this sweetheart in a world of terrible, terrible people. And that's I think that's why everybody was so mad when he died. It's like, fuck, like, why? But it also makes sense. It's like, it not that it needed to happen, but it happens. These things happen, sadly. And it's like, oh, like, why? And then obviously, we finally saw Abby. After so many episodes of not seeing her, we saw her. Caitlin, I think it's Caitlin Dever. I think Denver? I'm so sorry. But that presence, she really is meant to be Abby. I know everybody was like, that's Ellie. But I was like, she exudes Abby, like the personality anyway of Abby. She's such a great actress. And I'm so glad she's getting like all her flowers right now, and she's just fantastic. And I didn't know this, just to briefly mention, but unfortunately her ma passed away before they did the Joel episode. I was like, my god, this poor girl, like, So I doubt she'll ever watch my reaction, but I just want to say, Caitlin, condolences, and also you are such an incredible person, so strong, and congratulations on the show. Like, fantastic. The fact that they ended the episode not in the way I thought, because obviously she aimed the gun at Ellie, but I thought that's where they were going to just cut it. But it makes sense how they ended it, because otherwise people would be like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? But doing that and being like, oh yeah, Isaac wants to see you, and then you see, like, her world. This is a whole different world we're entering, guys, for Season 3, for the people who haven't played the game. But yeah, season overall, I've already mentioned it 500 times, but I'm going to mention it one more time. This season suffered from having less episodes. I will say that. The pacing was a little bit off, personally, for me. But the contents was, like, HBO better be kissing the feet of their actors, because fuck, it was carried by them so hard. From Pedro, to Bella, to Isabella, to Caitlin, to fucking Gabriel. And then, I don't know who the guy who plays Jesse, but him. All of them were fantastic, and just, again, they got carried so hard by these actors, and y'all better be happy about that. Yeah, I think a fantastic season finale, actually. I take back what I was saying. It was really good. Again, it's not their fault. HBO need to fucking get their shit together and just give them the episodes that they need, because 7 episodes is barely anything. Like, Andor did really well with 12 episodes, and they were hour-long episodes as well, majority of the time. These episodes are not that long. Like, this went up to... Okay, this was 50 minutes, but still, it suffers. Like, it should be, like, at least a full 60 minutes, or, like, more. Like, they shouldn't be afraid to do that. But, of course, now it's, like, time is money sort of shit with TV shows. So it's a shame, because at their own detriment, they are ruining the chances of their show being better if they don't do that sort of stuff, so... But anyway, enjoyed it. I hate that we have to wait like 2 years for a new season, unless they filmed it back to back, but we won't know until whenever we get news for this. But I think an overall alright season. They had the makings of a great season, but it just sort of fell past expectations. I didn't have very high expectations, because I always do that going into shows. Anyway, the season's done. We can't really do anything now, but it was good. I enjoyed it. And yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say, but I don't think so. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and tell your thoughts on this episode and the season as a whole. What did you all think about it? Would love to hear you guys talk about it. But for now, guys, I'm going to finish up here. Thank you so much for watching this reaction. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to think... I think there's some stuff coming up in the next few months. Not shows that I want to react to, but there's going to be some other content that I'm going to work on, and we'll get that out as soon as possible. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys very soon in whatever the next video is. Crazy Mango, out.